Now I request Dr. Sunil Kanta Behra, Professor Eminence, Department of Mass Communication and Journalism, Tezpur Central University, to kindly give his introductory address.
Thank you, and a very good morning to all of you. And I once again welcome you to this fourth National Media Conclave 2020. And before I talk about the theme of this year's National Media Conclave, I join all of you in paying my heartfelt and rich tribute to the statesman and maker of modern India and modern Odisha, and the pioneer of journalism in Odisha. With his contributions, Dr. Hare Krishna Mahatab, on his 121st birth anniversary today. And I really congratulate and grateful to Professor Upendra Padi for organizing and for celebrating this birth anniversary of the worthy son of the soil, the Odisha, and also India, Dr. Mahatabji. And for the last 4 years, uh, we have been organizing this national media conclaves on issues and themes which are so very relevant and which have actually evolved from the journalistic and practices of by Dr. Mahtab. And Professor Padi talked about the Prajatantra, talked about the magazine published by Dr. Mahtab, but the contribution, actually, when we talk about rural development, when we talk about the linguistic development, talk about the development of the nation, and particularly rural development, the columns of Ga Majlis have brought in transformative changes in the awareness level and the attitude of the rural people in Odisha particular. Dr. Mahatab's contribution as a statesman and a politician, it is known to everybody, being a central minister and governor and chief minister, and also a proponent of the unification of the princely states in the country. He was a pioneer. So I pay my rich tributes to Dr. Mahtab. And now the chief guest of today's function, Dharmendra Pradhanji, Minister of Honorable Union Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas and also Steel, and Dr. Bhartwari Mahatabji, the Honorable Member of Parliament from Cuttack, and he himself is a, I will not say as a politician, but his involvement in the social development of the state as well as his participation on raising the issues of concern in the parliament and the debater there in the parliament. He has carved a niche and made a name for himself and for our state and the nation. We also have eminent people like we have Professor Sudhir Gavane, four vice chancellors we have. We are very fortunate and I am grateful to Professor Padi to make it possible. Professor Sudhir Gavane, vice chancellor of MGM University, Aurangabad. Professor Om Prakash Thanvi, vice chancellor of Haridev Joshi, Journalism and Mass Comm University, Rajasthan. And Professor Baldev Bhai Sharma, Vice Chancellor Kusabhav Thakre University of Journalism Mass Communication, Professor Saumendra Mohan Patnaik, Vice Chancellor of Utkal University, and also we have Professor Ujjwal Kumar Chaudhary, a very good friend of mine, and the PVC Pro Vice Chancellor of Adamas University. So we are fortunate to have all these people, besides my friends and academicians of international national repute. Professor Padi has always already mentioned Professor Sanjay, Professor Ravindran, Professor Usarani, Professor Vishwajit Das, Professor Manoj Dayal, and Professor Ogra, Professor Sajal Mukherjee, Professor Devendra Majhi, all these people who have been instrumental in bringing a change in the education of communication and journalism, and also linking it to the most important aspects of or the function of communication, that is development. To just take you back, we had initially first three national conclave. The first national conclave uh, was the theme was communication, media, and social responsibility. We talked in terms of the responsibility of the media and how communication bring in a transformative change and how it can um, uh, bring in the responsibilities among citizens, among the government, in the social institutions, how we can be responsible to our own nation. That was the major theme of the first national conclave. And second, we move specifically to development. And development, because if you realize, if you see, development has gone in under paradigmatic change. No longer development is considered as economic development, but it's now a concept of holistic development, where we talk in terms of economic development, social development, spiritual development, everything. And as you all know, the HDI has emerged, Human Development Index. Happiness even is an index of development. So development has undergone a paradigmatic shift, and that is the reason why we talk more in terms of development communication or communication for development. That was the theme of the second national conclave. And third, with the innovations in technology, now the digital revolution. The third national conclave theme was communication 4.0, that is communication in the digital era. And we talked about the digital age, digital communication. We talked about convergence. We talked about all the innovative technologies which have transformed our lives. Which have made our life more meaningful and more interactive, and it has proved to be a boon to the society, the technological revolution. And then when we thought about our theme of fourth national media conclave, we tried to actually converge all these themes of the first three, and we thought that social change will bring in all these themes into the whether when we talk about communication, it is communication for social change. Now, social change includes everything. That is, whether it is digital revolution, whether it is development, whether it is advocacy, whether it is through social movements, everything that is can be brought under the umbrella of social change. And social change basically refers to the social progress and social cultural evolution or paradigmatic shifts. That is change that happens and the social revolution or the social movements. When we talk about paradigmatic shift and change in society, as you all know, we have moved from feudalism to capitalism to socialism and to developmentalism. That's a kind of concept now we have are experiencing. And it also involves basically social change involves an alteration of the social order of a society. That's very, very important, which may include changes in our social institutions, social behaviors, and social relations, cultural values, and means or norms. If we, I will take you back to a little. If we talk about the examples of significant social change having long-term effects on our society includes the Industrial Revolution of the 1950s, the abolition of slavery, the feminist movement, the digital revolution, which has made this um, the fourth national media conclave possible. Because of the pandemic, we have not been able to conduct or organize this national media conclave physically, but we have very successfully we have been able to organize it digitally. And other social movement that have benefited and affected change, a positive change in our society is about the social rights movement, the women's rights movement, the LGBTQI movements, and these are the few social movements which have changed the lives of people. And this relationship have changed. The cultural norms have changed as a result of the social change movements. Now, what are the factors which have made the changes possible? We all know communication is very, very important for all this um, transformation in the society. The factors, if we take into account, the factors could be physical or environmental factors first. Physical environmental factors, as you all know, global warming. It is the effect of environmental change. It is an effect of, and if Odisha and particularly India, Odisha particularly have experienced a lot of natural disasters. We are known for storms, floods, droughts, and tsunami, and these have brought in a lot of changes in the social conditions of the people and also the affected people. And similarly, the demographic or biological changes, the biological factors which have brought in a lot of changes, to name the latest one, that is the COVID-19. COVID-19 has brought in immense changes in our health behavior, in our social relations, in our social behavior, and in our, there are a lot of policy changes also in the health sector because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And when we talk about cultural factors, it is an evolving forum, and culture keeps on evolving with the and communication has been able to bring in changes in the culture, because communication, it's a society evolves and the culture also evolves along with the society, and communication establishes that link with the society and culture, and that is evolving. So change is here dynamic, it change is continuous. And then most importantly in our country today is there is a lot of shift there in the ideational factors. Ideational, it may be about our beliefs, about our perceptions, about our ideological inclination, whether it is about our social conditioning, social group dynamics, the communitarian affects, the communitarian policies, and even the governance policies, and all these have changed. The ideational. Today's, if I say, the today's government has brought in a lot of changes in the structure of governance, in the ideations of development, and particularly in the execution of the development, and thinking all these innovative sectors. Lot of ideational changes have been brought, and very successful they are in bringing in the social change, whether it's economic, whether it is in the health sector, whether it is an environment sector, whether it is in rural employment sector. Lot of changes have been brought in. And then economic factors, I need not focus on that. Political factors, again, I will not focus much on that, because we all know economics has brought in a lot of changes in the society, in our, if you talk in terms of our GDP, if you talk in terms of our per capita income, if you talk in terms of our consumption, if you talk in terms of the productions, we have moved far ahead, and India perhaps is considered to be the third largest economy of the world, and by 2025, the progress will be phenomenal. That's what the World Bank and other international organizations, they have been predicting. Another very important factor which has brought in the change in the society is technological. The technology, it is the source today, and it is the stimulating factor for change. And technology has to change the way the society functions, the way the people communicate with each other, the way the people interact with each other, the way the public sphere is formed, and the way the debates, deliberations about issues, about whether it's economic, social, political, all these issues are being um, uh, discussed and deliberated upon by the people. And we have a consensual society in many factors, whether we have oppositional views, but at the end, through this technology, we keep on deliberating on these issues through mainstream media, through social media. And so technology has brought in a very, very important change in our society. And during this particular national conclave, we have planned, yeah, another 3 minutes, 2 minutes I will take. We have the basic broad theme is communication for social change, and we have speakers, plenary. We have planned 4 plenary sessions focusing on each issue of social change, each aspect of social change. One is participation, which is very, very important. The first plenary, we have focused on participation, accountability, and empowerment. You see, the participation of the people, accountability of the government and
Sir,
the
Dr. Behra, I would like you to conclude
yes,
so
I
that
will
our chief
take
guest will
just
address.
45 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. And second, we have focused on gender, which is very, very important, not only from the societal point of view, but they constitute 50% of the population. So we have the plenary session on culture, gender, and equity. And third, the most important, that ICT and sustainable developmental goals, which the government of India and other state governments are also taken up very seriously, the sustainable development goals. And the fourth plenary, we have talked about social movements, advocacy, and civil society, which is the need of the today. Advocacy has to be done, and the media does that. Social movements we have been having, and the civil society has become very functional to a large extent. So with these plenary sessions, we also have paper presentation for the research scholars and faculty and the young students. We have also made the 4 sessions on gender, social issues, media narratives, and ICT and social change, social media and public sphere, and change dynamics and sociology of media practices. Within these broader and sub themes, we have tried to include all the aspects of social change and communication. And I wish, and I am sure that the fourth National Media Conclave will be the right kind of platform where all the issues regarding communication and social change will be deliberated upon, and we can come up with a document and a white paper on how communication would be the most effective way of bringing in positive social change in our society. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome you all once again to this fourth National Media Conclave.